Hello ladies and gents, this is Chris with Great Escapes RV Supercenter, and today we are going to be opening up and touring a Jayco J-Fly SLX8 224BH. This is the all-new 2021 floor plan. It's got a lot of cool updated features and stuff on here. A lot of sweet stuff. I'm really excited to show it off to you guys. But of course, you guys watch all kinds of YouTube videos, and they don't have many of them where they actually take the unit and have it closed up, and then they go through and set it all up as far as the slides and things like that. And so that's what we're going to accomplish today. Of course, I'm operating with one hand holding the camera, the other hand operating the door latches. And so I went ahead and opened the door latches, set up the outside kitchen, the things like that. But we'll go ahead and go into it and check it all out. Of course, starting out with this RV, man, it's got a lot of really cool updated features on here. Power tongue jack. This is awesome. You guys have a built-in convenience light if you guys are doing this at night. You got 20-pound propane tanks, which we fill upon your purchase, as well as provide you with a battery. This is a rolled aluminum camper. I really like the exterior look on here. Jayco's always doing some really cool features and stuff, kind of staying with all the new technology and the great stuff in the RV industry. You're gonna see they also set up right here, of course, LED lights. It actually has Jayco's J-Smart technology, which is LED running lights around the entire coach, which is sweet. But they also have pre-wire setup for Furrion side cameras, as well as a backup camera. And for an RV of this size, of course, it's pretty easy to back this thing up. But for the new camper, just simply having that feature or that ability for somebody who's not as experienced, or if you are seasoned and just want that confidence and peace of mind, you do have the option to add that. Pretty sweet. Pass-through storage in here. Good amount of pass-through storage. Also the feature or the ability to, you can actually lift the bed portion up and still be able to access this pass-through storage in here. Where does that come handy? Well, two things. One, of course, if it's raining or storming outside and you need to access the pass-through compartment, but you don't want to go outside and get wet, you guys can access it through the bed portion. And two, I've seen other instances where people might have locked themselves out of the door and they still need to gain access into there, so you can shove little Johnny into there and he can still be able to unlock the door. Pretty sweet. And Jayco has done away with the little plastic clips on the sides, and now it is the magnetic catches, which is really sweet upgrade for me, definitely, as far as those little magnetic clips, because you know those things kind of get old and they can kind of break and stuff sometimes. You do have manual jacks right here, but get yourself a 3/4 inch socket, hook that up to a drill, and you guys can raise and lower that much faster if you had to do that manually. This has a nice 13-foot full span awning with a built-in LED light strip, which we will go ahead and open up whenever we get inside. It also comes with the Solaris speakers that are built into it. Jayco's 3-year limited structural warranty. It's a nice feature to have. This is the 224BH, and it is one of Jayco's most #1 selling travel trailers on the market. They're J-Flights, really, really nice RVs. You've got a section right here for 110 power. You also have a section here for cable TV and satellite output. You have a backer already mounted right here to where you could take the opposite side and be able to clip on to a flat screen TV. Jayco has been contracted for quite some time now and offers their Goodyear USA made endurance tires, Dexter suspension, Dexter axles, and then of course nitrogen fill in the tires. You have a 20,000 BTU furnace. You have a fresh water fill tank right here for potable water. I love this. For an RV of this size, to have a full-size kitchen on the outside is just a really cool feature to have. You've got a full kitchen sprayer sink that'll actually hook up, and that actually goes into your gray water tank. You also have a section right here, a 2-burner Suburban cooktop. You have your mini fridge right here as well. Put you some nice drinks and stuff in there. And of course, that'll all tuck away and fold up nice and neat. On the back, you have a tubular style bumper. You guys can be able to put your sewer hose in there. You've got a 6-gallon hot water heater. This is a 30-amp service. It does have 1 AC. You've got a full-size spare tire. You also have the LED running lights on the back, which I was mentioning, the Jayco's J-Smart technology. Really cool thing. You're driving down the road, you're merging traffic. One, the lights are a lot brighter, but they alternate back and forth, so it's much easier to be able to be seen. You also have the Furrion backup camera pre-wire, and then an access ladder to gain access to your fully walkable roof. And of course, part of what I do is I like to show the stuff that usually nobody else shows, and so I'm gonna take one hand and do my best. Of course, this is raw and unedited, but I'm gonna try and climb up here to show you guys this roof. Bear with me, we're almost there, almost there. Got it. All right, you got a little skylight right here, nice little ventilation system, some additional vents, and then your AC system on top. As you can see, fully walkable roof. You got your antenna and stuff over there, and from the looks of it, on the far corner, if I'm not mistaken, that looks like a pre-wire for a solar panel as well. Very cool. So we're gonna come down now, not break my neck. Just did that successfully. I'm getting better at it. Cable TV and satellite input. You get to the campground, they offer that. That's where you're gonna plug into. You also have your dumping section right here. Low point drain. Low point drain comes in handy. So you have your freshwater tank filled. You're driving down the road. That stuff's heavy. It's like 8 point something pounds per gallon. If that's something that you don't need, of course, then you can take any of those holding tanks or anything and open those up and have those freely drain. Gray tank right here. You simply pull your black tank, flush it out. Once it's done, chase it out with your gray. Good to go. You have an outdoor shower, which I really like that it's located right next to here because, you know, you get dirty or anything, you got the outdoor shower feature. You can have that hooked up, rinse your hands off. You've got city water connection right here. And then you've got a section right here for your tank flushing. Opposite side of the Goodyear Endurance tires and the suspension system, you got a nice window with a 20% tint level, so it's easy to see out, but it's difficult to see in. And then the opposite side of your pass-through storage with your leveling jacks and the Furrion pre-wire side camera. Give you guys another little overlook on this, and let's go inside and check out the rest of it. Very cool. So MORryde, man, there's these steps that are coming out. I mean, they've been out for quite some time, but they're these companies are starting to add them more and more to these campers. And so everybody's kind of doing away with the little old style fold out steps. And so these steps are a lot more reliable. They're more sturdy. It's just much easier to work with. Just simply pull this little clip. Of course, this is a type of entry step where you have to have the door open completely in order to gain access to prevent from this potentially hitting the door. And then of course you pull this step will come down, give you clearance, touch ground completely. You'll use the little pins right there to be able to pop out and adjust the height depending on what your terrain looks like. But you want this sill plate to be pretty much flush so you don't have any issues when you shut the door. But as you can see there, the MORryde entry step, very convenient, very sturdy. It gives you that much more confidence and peace of mind entering and exiting this pretty sweet camper. All right, coming up into here, I'll go ahead and close this door for a second. We're still gonna open up the awning, but I wanted to give you guys a second to look around. And while you're looking around, I'll read off a couple of the specs on this 224 BH. So of course the top floor plan features on this RV, it's a popular double bunk model. It's got a large shower in the bathroom. Of course the outside camp kitchen is very sweet. It's got a queen size bed in here. And then of course it does include the pass-through storage and access underneath the queen size bed to the pass-through storage. So plenty of room to be able to get up in there and be able to store all your goodies. And then there's the additional section for manual override on your jacks, manual override on your power tongue jack, and then the outside TV mount as well. LED lights throughout. You've got a nice little backlighting system on there as well. Of course, mirrors, plenty of storage cabinet space in here. You've got privacy, pleated shades, 110 power on both sides. Very cool. And you are pre-wired for the Go Power solar system. As far as the weight and measurements on this RV, this unloaded vehicle weight rating is at 4,480 pounds. You got 460 pounds of dry hitch weight. The gross is right at 5,600 pounds. The exterior length is 27 foot 1 inches. Exterior width at 8 foot 0. Exterior height, including the AC, is 10'6". Interior height is 6'9", and it's a 13-foot awning. Freshwater capacity of 42 gallons. Your water heater, of course, is 6. Your gray tank is 39. Your black tank is 39. And it has the 14-inch Goodyear tires made in the USA. And this RV will comfortably sleep up to 8 people. Very cool. So as you can see, looking around here, you're going to see that your little mini command center is right here. Simply check all your fluid levels, check your battery level, turn on your water pump, turn on your water heater. You've got your interior lights as well. You've got your awning in and awning out. Let's go ahead and open that up to give you guys the idea of what it looks like opened up. So we'll go ahead and press out. You'll start to see the awning come out. Now with these awnings, they're brand new. Of course, they're coming directly from the factory, and so sometimes as they're closed up and in the process of opening, they kind of want to stick. You'll hear them kind of separating and stuff. But at the fullest extent, you're going to see a little flap that will spin down, and sometimes it takes a second to get it going like that, and then stop and back it up just a little bit. And there's that flap. You'll see that flap come down, and that is at the fullest extent that it needs to go. Now the problem with these awnings is if you continue to hold the out button, what happens is it basically rolls in on itself. It's not a big deal, but you don't want to do that because over time it can end up stripping out some gears. It could potentially cause a problem. And plus, if it rolls in on itself, then you technically have water that's pooling on the inside of there that could potentially cause a leak. So that's definitely something you want to keep in mind. Pull down to adjust pitch. Simply pull this down. It's going to pitch the awning to one side or the other. You can be able to do that. All right. And then it's got plenty of room to be able to move around under here. LED light strip as well for convenience lighting at night. It does have the little speakers built into it as well to listen to you some jams. Very nice. Now, of course, in the incident where you are leaving the campsite, or if you're going to bed and there could be a potential storm or any kind of freak gusts of wind, you definitely want to keep that closed. We don't want that to get torn apart. So, coming back inside, you're going to see you got a nice setup with the kitchen. A solid surface look countertops. You got a nice setup, plenty of storage in here. High point microwave. You got a cooktop Furrion, 3-burner with the built-in stove and oven combo. Tempered glass insert. Simply close this when you're not using it, and you have an additional countertop prep space. I'm seeing a lot on the Facebook forums that people are having these tempered glass inserts shatter. Rule of thumb: do not turn on the heat while the tempered glass is in place. This is not one of those ones that you can get like at Lowe's and stuff where you can actually have that tempered glass and cook off of. This is not that. So this will actually shatter if you have the burners on with this down. So rule of thumb, definitely practice that. Bunk capacity, 300 pounds on the top, 600 pounds on the bottom. Plenty of room. I think it's 80 inches long. And this really comes in handy, guys. I've talked to people before who are not necessarily interested in a bunkhouse floor plan, but this comes in handy because, you know, maybe you got friends staying the night, maybe you don't. This has a lip right here. Go to Lowe's, go to Home Depot, take this thing out, get you some Tupperware bins. This is just additional storage on the top or on the bottom. If you get people that stay the night, simply move it out of the way, and you still have the privacy curtains and stuff as well. Really, really cool. With the LED lights and convenience little windows and stuff out the back. Also noticed in here too when I was walking through that there is a hidden compartment in here. Of course, one to access for service, but there's a plenty amount of storage up under there as well to be able to store some stuff. You've got more storage features in here, like so. This does have the booth dinette as well. With this booth dinette, simply take these 2 rods, pull these rods out. This top section will lay down on this sill plate right here, and then these cushions will lay across, and this turns into an additional bed to be able to sleep guests. Furrion AM, FM, Bluetooth, USB auxiliary, and you have multi-zone selection, so you guys can have the music on the inside or on the outside. Just be mindful what you're watching, so you guys make sure that you know, a Disney movie isn't playing on the outside. We don't want that to happen. And of course, more overhead storage with pleated privacy curtains as well. Pretty sweet. I've only had this RV on for about 10 minutes. It just feels very comfortable in here. It does show 70, but it feels a lot cooler than that. Coming back here, you're gonna see you got a nice bathroom to walk into. It's plenty of room to be able to move around. I love this large walk-in shower. It's a duoform. It's a two-piece, so they've got the one section on the bottom, but it marries up to this seamless section on the sides. So that comes in really handy. Of course, nice shower curtain. You've got a skylight, a ventilation fan, nice little vanity, and then of course your toilet. Ladies and gents, this is a brief introductory tour of this RV. I may have missed something. I'm not out to try and cover every single thing that there is on this RV or any of the RVs, because you can't. There's so many new RVs coming out and new technology. It's really difficult. So that's one of the reasons why we're an educational company. We include RV training classes for all new and used purchases, and we take it a step further. Here at our Gasville location, we actually have a private campground. So when the day comes for you to pick up your RV, it's parked at the private campground. It's all fired up. We give you the training class. We'll even give you guys an RV starter kit. That is so sweet. You're gonna need it anyways. RV sewer hose, RV septic water hose as well. You're gonna need a step down regulator. All that stuff, we supply that to you as a kit and then let you stay on our campground and get acclimated to your new purchase. Ladies and gents, thank you so much for the opportunity to do business together and for your time. I ask that you please like, subscribe, comment in the section below. Let me know what you think about this RV, what you think about the tour. Is there an RV that's out there on our lot at www.rvstobuy.com that you would like to see us do a tour on, or maybe open it all up for you? We'd be more than happy to. Thank you all so much for your time. Happy camping.